we are incredibly excited to meet our 2015 Women of Achievement. To get things started, you just saw her on the CBS hit series Code Black, and she is one of the stars of Lifetime's Unreal. Please welcome the beautiful actress Shiri Appleby to the stage.
Hi there. I am so thrilled to be here today to honor my dear friend, Danielle Claman Gelber, with the Woman of Achievement Award. Danielle and I met many moons ago when I was auditioning for a TV pilot she was developing called Roswell, and luckily our paths crossed again on her new hit franchise, Chicago Fire. Exactly. In between those years, Danielle also had a strong hand in bringing to life dozens of other shows that went on to have a cultural impact, including The X-Files, Ally McBeal, Weeds, Party of Five, and 90210. She kills it. Our friendship started as I was beginning my journey into motherhood, and Danielle was kind enough to befriend and mentor a woman questioning how you possibly attempt balancing it all. If you get a chance to speak with her for a matter of moments, I'm sure you will hear all about her daughter, Allie, and see the pride Danielle has in parenting a young girl blossoming into a lovely woman. But to really understand Danielle's generosity, you don't have to look any further than her involvement in Lupus LA. When she told me about this wonderful achievement, I asked her if she suffered from lupus. No, she didn't. Well, then I asked her which of her friends or family members were carriers. No one she knew had lupus either. What I learned was that Danielle's involvement comes directly from her heart. She feels so lucky to be a mother, and knowing that lupus affects women during their childbearing years, she felt the pull to get involved and zero in on giving back to that segment of the population. Nothing to gain, only to give, and everything to admire. Please join me in congratulating an incredible woman, my friend Danielle Claman Gelber.
Oh my God, Shiri, thank you so much for being here. I just can't thank you enough. It's not lost on me that we've come full circle together from our first meeting at your audition for Roswell, and then to you joining me on Chicago Fire in our first season. I'll never forget Shiri whispering to me at that Chicago Fire premiere that she was pregnant with her baby girl. And it makes me so happy now to be standing up here alongside her as she's about to become a mother again. Thank you so much for being here. To everyone here today, we obviously wouldn't be at this memorable event without the dedicated creativity and passionate spearheading of Adam Selkowitz and Toby Burko, and the entire board of directors of Lupus LA, and most importantly, all of you. I want to congratulate my fellow honorees, Eve Somer Gerber and Perry Ellen Byrne, for being recognized for your devotion to this cause. And a special shout out to my friend Janet Jen Jigian. You brought me to my first luncheon here a few years ago, which really made me aware of all the tireless work everyone does here at Lupus LA. And finally, to my treasured family and friends and colleagues. I want to thank Dick Wolf and Peter Jankowski of Wolf Films, and my valued friend Jennifer Salke and everyone along with her at NBC Universal for always being in our corner creatively. I'm so happy and lucky to have my mother, June, and two of my four siblings, Holly and Shoshana, here with me today. And most especially, my husband, Stephen, and our precious daughter, Allie. Your love and our family mean everything to me, and receiving this today would not be the same without you alongside me. I'm deeply honored to be standing up here today, surrounded by people who care so much for finding a cure and refining the treatment for lupus. Truth be known, as it's been said here a moment ago, I feel very lucky to not have had this disease touch my world. Thankfully, nobody in our immediate family suffers from it, but that's precisely why I wanted to become involved here. Anything we can accomplish is a major win for all of us as we're pulling in the same direction, trying to help find a cure. I've learned that lupus is exquisitely difficult to diagnose. My father was a surgeon, Dr. Morris Claman, in this city for many years, and he was something kind of rare, a natural, intuitive diagnostician. I think it was because he was such a humanist. He really listened. He was really interested in his patients outside of their illnesses, which I think is almost half the battle in even identifying this elusive disease in people. So I also wanted to remember my father here today because it really speaks to me that lupus is like quicksilver. It's so hard to pin down. It cuts across many party lines. It's like climate change in that way. It doesn't obey arbitrary geographic or demographic boundaries, whether they be racial or age group oriented. But it does have a disproportionately large impact on young women in their childbearing years. As a mother myself, this really resonates. To think that the joy of potential motherhood could be threatened by lupus for so many women and families is unspeakable. Through my work in entertainment, I do feel proud that television is a medium that shines bright spotlights on true life issues and helps reach enormous receptive audiences. The medium really is the message in that we can use emotional storytelling to call attention to important issues such as this. I've always tried to focus on shows that sit at the intersection between raising awareness for the audience about those real-life problems and the lighter aspects of pure escapist entertainment. In my work and in our series, I always hope to have some element of public service wrapped somewhere deep inside the drama. That dramatized undercurrent doesn't have to be a loud message. It can be very subtle. It definitely hides behind our first responders and their long guns on Chicago PD and our firefighters' Halligan bars on Chicago Fire. But the underlying intent to dramatize something relatable that our audience members might be enduring in their real lives is always there. With our new series, Chicago Med, I'm hoping we can speak even more pointedly to these kinds of issues. I was thinking about the many characters from some of the shows I've had a hand in bringing to television audiences over the years, characters and series that have become part of the pop culture and the more expanded culture at large. And I realized that underneath all the life's journeys depicted in those shows, the characters were always looking for something very, very hard to find, just as all of us in this room are digging hard to find answers with respect to lupus. I'm thinking of the high school kids living in Beverly Hills 90210 who tried to find love and family and friendship, and the 20-somethings who looked for relationships and career direction for years on Melrose Place. Of Ally McBeal, who searched haplessly for female empowerment in the 90s workplace. Of Shiri's young heroine from Roswell, who struggled to find love and her destiny with the aliens who landed smack in the middle of her life. Of the Salinger orphans who struggled to find a way to keep their disintegrating family together in Party of Five. Even of the misguided but resourceful Nancy Botwin, a mother who would do anything to find a way to keep her family together, including deal drugs on weeds. Or of the proud and emotionally connected tribe of lesbians who ferreted out love and loyalty in the L word. And of course, of our fierce firefighters, police, and doctors on our Chicago shows who try to unearth the criminals to arrest, the victims to rescue from disaster, and the patients to save. They all searched for answers, and so do we here today. I know that with equal certainty, everyone in this room can push that search even further forward. So in closing, I want to send all of you a message from the very first show I ever developed as a network executive, The X-Files, which perhaps had the most pertinent sentiment of any of those shows, as we all band together here today, determined to search out and find a cure for this awful disease. The truth is out there. Thank you very much.